Welcome back everyone. I've actually been using the iPhone 12 Pro as my main device for the last couple of weeks now since it first came out. And what I can tell you is that with the iPhone 12 Pro, it's been a solid work of machinery in my opinion so far. I really don't have that much to complain about it, but I will have a complaints video probably tomorrow. But I really want to hit on what I love about my iPhone 12 Pro so far from using it since the first day it came out. And I came up with like 4 or 5 different reasons, but I'll probably get into way more later on. But the very first thing is that I think this iPhone is probably their best designed iPhone ever, probably stemming even from the iPhone 5S. I think that was the last best one they did. This one probably takes the cake right now. I mean, the body is extremely beautiful. When I compare this body to a phone like the Samsung Galaxy S20 or the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, there are a lot of pros and cons for both phones, but this phone feels better in my opinion. With the flat sides of this phone, it makes the phone feel a little bit thicker, even though it's actually thicker in general than the previous generation. But I haven't really found that thickness to be a crazy big problem. And it definitely feels like a very solid phone. I haven't put a case on it yet, and I don't know if I will because I've seen a lot of drop tests. I've seen a lot of people talk about basically like, oh, is it drop proof or whatever? And it's definitely, not drop proof or shatter proof or anything. And I have a screen protector on it, but I've dropped it a couple of times on a table and some other people have dropped it too. And there's not that many scratches on it, luckily. And I think this is a solid piece of phone. Whenever I hold it in my hand, I think it's one of the best feeling phones I've ever held in my opinion. And anytime I pick it out of my pocket, it just feels so good. The solid sides, the frosted glass back, like it feels like a very, very premium phone. And I haven't said that in a while. I think last year the 11 Pro felt good, but this one feels a little bit better in my opinion. Now the second thing, and probably another really huge asset of why I like the 12 Pro even more than the 11 Pro, would definitely be the screen. I think the screen quality and the way they kind of, perform are almost exactly the same. I don't really see a big difference in that. But one thing I do appreciate, because of the flat sides, it does kind of make the phone appear like there's less bezels overall, which is another huge asset for it and something I really do like. And another thing, even though the notch is exactly the same, they actually increased the size of the panel. So before we had that 5.8 inch phone, and I was using the 11 Pro for about a year, and then once this phone came out, they actually were able to increase the screen resolution and increase the size of that panel, but kind of make it around the same size. And it does feel a little bit bigger in my opinion, but it's really not that bad. And I'd rather have a bigger display and a better display like this than what the previous model had in my opinion. But I still think the iPhone 11 Pro is an amazing phone. I still think that has an amazing panel, and resolution wise and the way they look almost the same, but this one is a bigger panel and not that much of a bigger footprint, which is something I really do like. Now the other thing, performance has been extremely good. I can't make a video about this without talking about it. I've done 30,000 comparisons, a bunch of speed comparisons on this channel. I think my second channel, even my third channel, I've done tons of videos on this thing already. And this is definitely a faster and more smoother iPhone than previous generations. It has a little bit of a weird issue with RAM management, which I'll probably talk about in my other video, but I compared it to a lot of Androids, and it's a smooth phone, it's a fast phone, and it's definitely in the same realm as, the fastest phones right now available. And it's definitely an amazing performing phone still, and it's still going to be performing extremely well, probably even years later. It's going to be a smooth device. You look at a phone like the iPhone 10, that is an extremely smooth performing device still, and for sure at the end of the day, this is an amazing feeling phone for sure. Now the other thing, and this is something I really like to hit on, the increase in storage from the base model is something that I really, really appreciated a lot. I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about it, but on my iPhone 11 Pro, I had 64 gigs available for me. Now, when you go to the iPhone 12 Pro, still sticking at the exact same price, you actually do get twice that amount of base storage, and that's something I really do like. Now, I haven't really ran out of storage yet or anything like that, but just the thought that I have the ability of kind of going up into the storage department is something that I actually really do like, and I actually like that a lot. You look at the iPhone 12, that thing still has 64 gigs for base model, but this thing has that 128 gig storage model, which is really cool. Now you can go for the 256 or 512, but that is something I really do like, and that is another reason why I love my iPhone 12 Pro. Now the last thing I wanted to hit on is something that I'm sure a lot of people already know about. I mean, these cameras have been extremely good from what I've seen, and even from the previous generation, there are some differences for sure. Now you're still getting that ultra wide telephoto lens, but a very important thing that I've seen in my camera comparisons that you may have already seen a couple of them is that for sure the bokeh seems better and there's overall less noise in the iPhone 12 Pro's photos as a whole than the iPhone 11 Pro or even other generations of phones, even like some like Galaxy S20s. Now there's a lot of pros and cons, and I don't personally think these cameras are the best camera of this year, but they're still a solid phone and they're still solid contenders. The software is great, the camera quality is awesome, and you still have a lot of quality in these photos too, which is another huge asset. So in terms of everything, that really pretty much covers it up, and those are several reasons as to why I love my iPhone 12 Pro. If you want to pick one up, I'll find one on Amazon for the cheapest price if it's unlocked, and link it down in the description. You can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. But that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.